I want to thank you for joining us in the 11 Breaking News Center. I'm Lauren Watson, your digital anchor here at KKTV 11 News, here today with Shannon Weir. She's the Chief Nursing Officer at Gallus Medical Detox Centers. Shannon, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me on today.
Of course. Now, for September's Recovery Month. We're talking Recovery Month. Now, why is it important for us to acknowledge Recovery Month?
Being in recovery is really something to be proud of, not ashamed of. So this month, gives us a chance to celebrate that. It takes a lot of courage and hard work to get into and stay in recovery. And so we want to celebrate that and celebrate those individuals who are doing that. It's also a great time to educate the public about substance use disorder and help decrease that stigma a little bit.
Now, one of those substances we kind of address from time to time when we chat is alcohol and alcohol use. Now, what are the signs that someone is drinking too much?
So a lot of times, people come home and they say, I had my drink after work, to relax. But when that 1 to 2 drinks starts becoming, 4 or 5, or those drinks are kind of lasting until bedtime, that can be, definitely a warning sign. People who wake up hungover every morning or, not feeling well, gaps in memory, starting to neglect maybe their family responsibilities or calling in sick to work a lot, finding things like when someone says, oh, I have to work late, but then they come home and they've been at the bar and they're intoxicated. Hiding alcohol or stashing it is definitely a big sign. And then not wanting to engage in the same social activities that they used to, maybe staying home more, becoming a little more withdrawn, or certainly not wanting to engage in activities that don't have alcohol involved are all big signs.
Now, another substance we tend to talk about from time to time are opioids, which, we have an endemic going on. What are some signs of opioid misuse that you see from time to time?
Sure. So constricted pupils is one that you might notice in their eyes. If it's not a super bright area and their pupils are really, really small. Falling asleep at unusual times. If you're having a conversation with someone and they can't keep their head up and keep their eyes open, that's a really big sign. Withdrawing, again, just like with alcohol, withdrawing from social activities, becoming more isolated, not wanting to engage with others and really go out as much as they once did. If it's someone who's prescribed pain medicine, say after a surgery or, some kind of chronic pain, and you find that they're running out of their prescription before the time frame, that's a obvious big sign that they're using too much. And then when you start to see excessive mood swings, weight loss, and frequent complaints of flu-like symptoms, those can also be signs of opioid misuse.
And how can our viewers help someone that they believe is struggling with an issue like this?
I think it starts with a conversation, and that can be really hard sometimes to bring that topic up, but just starting with a conversation that's kind and loving and supportive, but still very direct and honest, and be very honest with that person about what you see and the way you're seeing it affect them and the way it's affecting you and the people around them. And let them know that you care and you want to help and you want to provide resources for them. And if they're willing, maybe even help them take that first step of making some phone calls or calling a professional.
Now, if that person denies that they're having an issue, but you truly believe they are, is it something you should bring up to them again? How should you go about dealing with that?
Yeah, I think it's okay to bring that up and keep it, open. Again, just part of that open and honesty, because secrets are, really powerful. You don't want those secrets. But I think a big thing too, which is probably one of the hardest things to do with someone you love, is allowing them to experience the consequences that come with, substance use or over drinking. And it's hard not to rescue someone, but sometimes people won't realize that they have a problem until they're actually experiencing the problems that come from that. So that's really important. And then just setting and maintaining boundaries, not only for them, but just to take care of yourself and make sure that you're caring for yourself as well. Because as we know, it's a family, it's a family disease, and it does affect the loved ones. So it's important to take care of yourself as well.
Now, at Gallus Medical Detox, your team deals with cases like this all the time. What does treatment at Gallus look like?
So our approach to addiction really helps our patients ease into withdrawal and into sobriety while they're maintaining their comfort and their dignity. And that's really important to us. So our medication protocols utilize both IV and oral medications so that we can really give them the best care possible and the best experience possible while maintaining their comfort and still allowing them to have contact with their loved ones if they wish to, and that's healthy for them. And while normally withdrawal from substances such as opioids and alcohol can be really debilitating, our treatment methods allow patient to get through it without all those horrible withdrawal symptoms.
And how important is aftercare in this process?
Aftercare is critical. Really staying connected into aftercare after detox is really the number one predictor of success and remaining in recovery. So this can look different for different people, right? Not everybody needs to go to, a 30, 60, 90-day residential treatment. There are a lot of different options. And in our clinics, you meet with a counselor every day, and they start helping you develop an aftercare plan that's right for you and that addresses, your needs and can help you for when you transition out of detox. But it's critical for sure.
Now, Shannon, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk with me about this super important topic. If people are looking for you or looking for more information about Gallus, how can they find you?
So you can find us online at gallusdetox.com, and that's GALLUS detox, DETOX.com. You can also call. Our number is 888-306-3122. And we've got admission specialists that can help you. They can help connect you if you're looking for something other than what we provide. They've got lots of resources, and they can just help give you some direction and get you in contact with what you need.
Awesome. Again, Shannon Weir, Gallus Medical Detox Centers Chief Nursing Officer. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me a little bit about Recovery Month and some of the signs and steps that people can take in their loved ones' recovery process.
Thank you so much for having me.